Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, I'll do a quick recap of what occurred last session, and then we will get underway with today's session. So team, you'll likely recall last session, you guys spent most of your time in the catacombs underneath Zobek. You guys had been in this area for a period of time in the previous session as well. You guys had located a couple of different interesting fights, you might say. Where basically when we picked up the session, you guys were fighting off these zombies that once you struck them and they dropped, then a bunch of spiders emerged from them and came after you to attack. So you guys fought those. A large spider ended up trailing behind those zombies. You guys fought that spider as well and destroyed it, eventually able to defeat all of these opponents and then continue to move on. You guys did find that there was this suit of armor in the corner of one of the rooms. You guys came on down. Once you got there, the suit of armor activated. You guys later discovered, kind of more through meta-analysis, that there was some writing on one of the archways that you came on through here, and that was sort of the passphrase. It said, "From the cradle," had somebody uttered the words "to the grave." That deactivates the armor, but unfortunately that wasn't uttered, so it came active and engaged you guys in combat. You fought that off, were able to defeat that as well, suffering some wounds. You guys were a little bit worn down at that point, so decided to kind of retreat back into this long crypt area and try to rest there. You had previously heard some sounds from a door to your south and decided not to go through there, again trying to rest. Once you guys backed off, started resting, after a period of time into that rest, it was somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes, the door to the south opened and you saw a masked figure in the doorway. The masked figure noticed you and then quickly closed the door. You guys then decided that it probably wasn't safe to rest there and decided to make your way out and back up into the cartways, where you met the Kobold Quarrel once again. Kind of gave him the update of what was going on. There was a little bit of back and forth haggling to try to get a healing potion off Quarrel, but ultimately he decided to hold on to it, letting you know that he's in danger by himself here as well. You guys then made your way back in, went through that same door that the masked figure had previously emerged from. Once you guys got in there was 4 caskets in this room and then a statue on the south wall. You guys examined that area and then eventually found a secret door behind the statue. And once you manipulated the secret door and started pushing it open, the caskets were thrust open one at a time as the skeletons emerged to engage you in combat. One of these skeletons, or 2 of them actually, were somewhat prominent than more prominent than the others, particularly because their bones seemed to click and clatter as they moved about. This had a very disnerving factor to you guys. It was like fear-inducing, you might say. This went on for a little while until eventually, I believe it was Glory, decided to do a grapple attack on one of them, held it down so it could no longer move and could no longer do the clatter effect. You guys eventually then battered the skeletons down and destroyed them. With them destroyed, you guys continued making your way through the secret door to see where that led. This ended up leading you back into the cartways in a different location of the cartways. You guys decided to search around there, see what you could find. Found that there was evidence of passage, and somewhat recent passage, in fact, leading into a particular direction, as well as several other older tracks in the area. It seemed like it was, fairly well traveled down there by numerous people, but one set was more recent. When you follow that more recent set of tracks, you guys came down this long stairwell, and just as you came down through the doorway, at like sort of the lip of the doorway, there was this large pile of bones and carcasses and offal there. And as you guys stepped into that area, this massive creature emerged from that pile of bones and offal. It ended up being a large ghoul of some kind. I don't know that you guys specifically named it, but you got a good look at it. It was very dangerous, large claws, gnashing teeth, and it had this very long tongue that was draining blood on occasion. You guys got engaged in this combat with this creature, some of you guys trying to position around. Mostly you were kind of trying to stay away and kind of like stay to the edges of the room. Eventually it got to the point where Shai was in the back of the room and there was a couple layers between him and the creature. He wasn't sure whether the creature had reach. He even questioned that aloud. Decided ultimately to chance it, to move up and see if he could get a better shot at the creature. which he was able to get a clearer shot. I believe he hit on that attack, but then when he tried to retreat to the back row, you know, to the rear of the group, sure enough, the creature did have reach, and it lashed out with its claws against him. That attack managed to connect, and unfortunately Shy was not able to resist the paralyzing effect from those claws, so he locked up, becoming paralyzed in that corner. As the rest of the battle moved on, unfortunately that extra row of defense between Shy and the enemy separated and basically made a clear path so the creature could get right to Shy, and noticing that, it certainly took advantage of it, moved right up into Shy's space, and with a flurry of 3 attacks was able to not only down him but kill him all in one round. And indeed, as to add insult to injury, it then used its tongue to soak up some of Shy's blood, restoring some of its own health as you guys continued battling it there. Eventually, you were able to destroy this massive creature, but unfortunately had lost your companion Shy in the process. With the creature dead, you guys did look around here a little bit, with Zach particularly deciding to search through the bones and this pile of corpses and things to see if he could find anything. It was very gross and disgusting, and he kind of held himself from vomiting and getting nauseous, but he did find a few odds and end items which he procured and brought out. You guys then decided to take Shy's body back up and rejoin Quarrel and kind of fill him in on the details of what happened. He asked you if you wanted him to take you back to the king, to Kodo Cragclaw, the Kobold King. You guys said yes, so he led you back through the Kobold Ghetto to Kodo Cragclaw, where you guys came in, sort of laid Shy's body there and explained to the king what had occurred. The king was obviously feeling your loss and tried to give you some platitudes and so forth for your lost companion. He then, after some negotiating back and forth, mentioned how important it is to really resolve this issue with the town, most of the citizens of the town in this area, at least, thinking Brick was the perpetrator of this crime against Rosalind, the blacksmith's daughter. And you guys negotiated with him, and eventually he was able to part with one of his magic items from his adventuring days, which was a Lantern of Revealing, which he handed over. And somewhat begrudgingly, after Gash specifically asked Quarrel a second time to give him his potion of healing, the king told Quarrel to just go ahead and hand it over. You guys would need it more. So you guys took those additional items, and the Kobold King, thanks to his largesse, had Shy's body placed into a box and sort of nailed up so it would be easier to transport his remains. And last I recall, you guys' plan was to try to do a quick funeral for Shy, go to like the local church here in Zobek, and then once that's complete, try to get in a long rest before returning to the cartways and that location. You're not even sure what's down there. You guys were just barely in a room the following day. So team, that is my quick recap of what occurred last week. Anything I missed that anybody would like to add?
We found before we went down, we found an additional room. We were going to try an alternate way down that was both locked as well as booby-trapped. We undid the locks and booby-trapped, but then found that the room did not go the route we wanted, and figured we were not really in good condition to go in there. But Braddock is definitely still dreaming of the treasures that are likely being held in that particular room.
Yes, absolutely. Great entry. Go ahead and take inspiration for that, Braddock. Anybody else have anything to add? All right, seeing nothing. Unfortunately, Noah is not with us here. Brian, last time you controlled Vigo. Are you comfortable controlling Vigo again this session?
Yeah, I got Vigo. I know Vigo.
All right, excellent. Appreciate that. Always helps so we don't have to get things too messy. All right, team, let's get into it then. I'm going to bring you guys over to the Zobek map, as you guys are currently in the town proper. So I imagine at this point you guys have Shy's remains in a crate, and you're essentially transporting him to the local church for funeral rites. Do I have that right? Is there anything else you guys are trying to do or keep your eyes out, look on the lookout on the way there?
Nothing out of the usual, but I think just keeping an eye ever since the encounter with the mercenaries, being a little bit spooked about people trying to trap us in or box us in and make us pay for passage. Just keeping an eye out for that.
Sure, yeah. So being perceptive. Yes, you guys are mainly sticking to the main thoroughfares and paths and so forth, not sort of like the back ways that Brick was taking you on previously. So certainly Zobek is very populated. There's a lot of folks moving back and around, that kind of thing. In some areas, you guys might keep closer eyes on your own coin pouches, but for the most part, it's just what you'd be used to traveling through a large city like this. You guys do eventually make your way, after traveling for perhaps 10 minutes or so, and find yourself over in the Church of Rava. So the Church of Rava, for those of you that are not familiar, Rava is the gear goddess, and she is the patron deity of Zobek, so the most popular deity in this area. You can think of her as being dedicated primarily to machinery and other types of artifice and creation.
Did anybody know what god Shai prayed to, or is this close enough?
I think he was awakened with some of those cleric abilities. I don't know many more than you guys did.
I don't know, this one seems good enough to me.
Yeah, seems nice enough. I mean, they got nice candles on the wall. It's quaint.
They accept dead people, so...
How much is it gonna cost? Jeez.
I'm sure he had some pittance on him we can give.
He did search his pockets. Make him pay for his own funeral. I like it. You guys are very loving people.
Well, he had 0 gold, so.
Well, then he should be lucky.
All right, so it sounds like you guys want to approach and enter this church here and see what you can find out.
Yep, exactly.
All right, fair enough. So as you getting closer to the church, essentially you're like in the courtyard grounds at the moment, and then you make your way more up towards the entryway of this. You'll notice the door opens. Whether this is coincidence or whether somebody inside knew you were coming, hard to say, but as the door opens, you notice a very strange looking creature. Those of you that are natives to Zobek, you'll be very familiar with these creatures. They are what is known as gear forged. So think of these almost as metal automatons. They are known to be in service to Rava for the most part. There, of course, is some that are more independent, but for the large majority of them, they're very much dedicated to Rava, the gear goddess, and they are in her service. So think of this almost like a machine. You could say a sentient machine. It is going to notice you, and you will see that its eyes kind of blink rapidly for a moment, and then you see it looks at the box and it says, "Welcome to the Church of Rava. What is it that I can assist you with?"
We got a dead dude we'd like to, dispose of.
You'll notice his head kind of moves, and you hear the soft clicking and clacking of gears inside of his automaton body as he looks down to the box, and then he raises it back up, and he looks back at you, and he says, "Would you like the quick burial or the long burial?"
Quick?
Yeah, we didn't know him too long, so I think that he definitely would want the quick burial. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
You'll notice the automaton looks towards you again. You hear clicks and gears and so forth, and the eyes flash a couple times. "Your request has been approved. I will take care of this now." And you see it reaches down and grabs the box, and you can see it puts a hand on either side and seems to lift the box fairly effortlessly as it spins. Its whole like top kind of moves, and its legs stay where they were, and then you see the legs catch up moments later as it spins around and starts walking with the box inside of the church.
I'm still not used to those things. They kind of give me the creeps.
We done?
I mean, is that it? That was pretty quick, actually.
You're essentially staring at the back of automaton as it walks its way into the church. The door's closing behind it, so if you guys are done, you could certainly walk away.
Well, I mean, should we say something? Thank you, Shy, for... You know what, Shy? You were the best healing wizard I've ever met. Rest in peace.
Well said.
Here.
I'll clap my hands together and say, "Well, I guess long rest."
All right, from inside the doors of the church here, as the automaton has walked away, you guys are kind of on the steeple here, deciding, like, is that it? Was there anything else to do? You'll hear the sound of like some flurried action from inside as suddenly the door is thrown open, and standing there is a gentleman who looks a little bit flustered, like maybe he has just dealt with a very annoying Gearforge and he's not sure how to react. James, what does your character look like?
He is a small, thin figure, but somehow very broad in the face. Human.
He looks quite worse for wear, but you don't think all those scars are from a recent encounter with the Gearforge, but you never know.
Does this person look like distraught? Are they kind of rushing out to meet us? What's going on here?
Yeah, I would say perhaps a little pep in the step, a little bit confused, maybe thought something else was going to happen here and is trying to quickly right wrongs kind of deal. So yeah, Archgale, as you're looking at the team here, the Gearforge, typically when people request funerals, there's more of like a formal process, and you notice the Gearforge just kind of walking in, taking this box right by you and just taking it down for processing, which essentially means incineration. And you're kind of surprised, like you're thinking maybe there was a miscommunication at the front door, so you're running out to make sure everything is in order before you're letting these folks go.
Okay. So I will rush up and look at everyone here and say, did you just bring this box in?
Yeah, and we paid the automaton. We settled up with him.
And quick was good. You didn't want to say a few things, have a open box. Well, why did you bring a box in anyways? It's not the point. Did you need to say extra, have a few additional words, a preparation of the body, these sorts of things?
Can you do that? You're a priest type, right?
Well, certainly I can, but we gotta act quick before the automaton takes it.
I mean, if that like
I-
saves his soul or something, sure.
I think most of us already said our piece while we were, unfortunately having to put our friend in the box. So I've already said my farewells.
Well, you don't want to say it with the casket open? Do you want me to prepare it?
Oh, he was very open when I said my kind words. Yeah, before the box.
Don't open it. He's cut in two.
Cut in two, you say?
Yeah.
My word.
I would suggest not opening it. It might make a foul presence.
Eaten a little bit as well too, but most of them was in there.
Construction accident? Something happened in the city?
Oh, and remember his blood got licked up too. So yeah, it's kind of gross.
Licked up? What in the world? Please. There's obviously more to this story than you're letting on.
Oh yeah, there was a big ghoul thing, and it kind of sliced him up and ripped him in half and stuff. It was pretty gnarly.
I will look at each of you, and in pure shock, as you're just like stating these facts, that this is normal? There's ghouls walking around, and this is normal? Cut a man in half?
Solbeck definitely seems to have a ghoul problem. I'm not sure what extent, but it looks pretty bad down there.
Wait right here. I need to go. This is concerning. This is a citywide matter. Here. Let me talk to my head priest, and I will be right back.
Oh, okay.
I say we run before he charges us.
Do you guys want to run for it? Like, what if we're in trouble?
I mean, why would we be in trouble?
Because maybe they're gonna blame us for opening the ghoul terror. We've gone somewhere where we shouldn't have, and now ghouls gonna run around all over the city.
I mean, if it comes to that, we'll just blame it on somebody else and then run away.
You guys are growing on me. I like this.
I have returned. I will accompany you. As you can see, I think you need the help, and this would actually provide quite the benefit to the goddess of Rava.
Uh, we're like going to dangerous places and stuff, right? Can you hold your own in a fight?
Of course I can. I worked for the city guard before I became a priest.
I think Barnaby has our terms of service, don't you, Barnaby? Is it tucked away in your backpack somewhere?
Let's see the F and G document.
Split the part, split the loot 7 ways. You be
Has
aware
to
you
buy
might
the
be eviscerated.
first round of
Yeah,
at the inn. Yeah, etc. etc.
I mean,
Yes, yes.
you could just take Shy's share, I guess, right?
yeah. We give you all the gold that Shy had.
Ah,
Hold on.
well, that's quite generous, but I'm more interested in making sure we get to the bottom of this mystery. I mean, I just took a peek at that body. Unbelievable. You told me this happened here in Zobek?
Actually, right down the street.
My word. I must. This is a this I know that this goes beyond just me, and I must help you. Otherwise, you're all gonna look like that.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid that. We can
Yeah,
probably use all the help we can get.
we're all thinking it. You're not wrong.
Well, then I will do what I can, and by Rava, it will be done in the name of progress.
All right. Well,
And
do you need to tell Rava, or are we good?
I already smoothed it over with the head priest.
Well, we should probably take a vote.
We need to, yeah, we definitely need to think about it a little bit. Why don't you meet us tomorrow morning at the what's the tavern? The Croach, the Roach, the Creeping Roach.
Uh, the rampant roach, actually.
Ah, Rampant. Sure, yeah.
I thought it was rancid.
Might be closer. Why don't you meet us there tomorrow morning? We're gonna take the evening off, patch ourselves up a little bit, and we're gonna get back underway tomorrow. Why don't you meet us there tomorrow morning?
As you
But
say.
but wear something really nice. It's a really upscale tavern.
Well, I don't really have material belongings, but I hope what I have now is good.
All right. Well, brush your hair a little bit and get you know, it's a hoity-toity place, but we roll with high people.
And we
As
only
you say.
charge 10 gold a day to adventure with us. It's a small fee. It'll be well worth your spend.
Well, I just stated I don't have material possessions per se. I only have some, but I figured my service would be good enough.
What was it you can do exactly?
Oh, why, I suppose I should formally introduce myself. I'll give a nice big bow, one hand across the side. I am Archgale Thram, but you may call me Archie, Archer. Uh, hey you. That's what they call me around here. Hey you, grab that. That's aside the point. I worked here, well, I've been in Zobek my whole life. The entire time, baby till now. And I was a city guard, and I just fell in love with the progress of the city and what it means. So I joined the church, uh, making me formally, I suppose, a cleric.
So you can like heal people and stuff.
Yes, most certainly.
Well, that'll be useful to have. All right, I guess we'll see you tomorrow.
I say there's a very good chance we're gonna allow you to join us. So be prepared.
Also, just to give a heads up, I see Braddock's and Keith's icon lighting up, but I'm not hearing anything.
Can you hear me, Harry?
Braddock, I hear you, Bill.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
I heard
Yeah,
Braddock before, but oh yeah, I hear him now.
Oh, okay.
You
If
do
haven't
sound
been-
a little bit quiet, Keith, just a slight bit, but you don't hear him at all, James?
No, I hear him now.
Okay, got it. All right, so as you guys are wrapping stuff up on the steeple here, and you're going to head back to the Rampant Roach, and you've met Archgale Throm here, and you've told him to meet you there in the morning, I believe it was. As you guys are wrapping things up, saying, your farewells and so forth, the door to the church will open once again. You will see that same gear-forged exit out, and just kind of look over at Archgale, and he will say, "Incineration complete. All services are now complete. Goodbye."
Very efficient.
Most excellent.
If I die, I want the long service.
Your request has been recorded. All right, so you guys make your way away from the Church of Rava here and make your way back over to the Rampant Roach, I take it? Or is it your goal to try to retire to your respective places that you're staying and then meet at the Rampant Roach in the morning?
I think the latter.
All right, fair enough. So then we will assume you guys have taken some time, retreated to inns or other places that you guys are calling home. You can each go ahead and click your long rest button as you spend the rest of the day here relaxing and getting ready for tomorrow's events.
So, Adam, I assume that I also get this long rest, even though I don't need it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm asking because I'm a human, so I get inspiration on long rests.
Yep. I would let you start with it anyway, because you would assume you got it the day before you created.
Oh, okay, perfect.
All right. So as the long rest is complete, you guys take care of your individual personal needs and so forth, and then eventually find yourself regrouping back at the Rampant Roach. For Archgale, do we assume Archgale's an early riser, would be getting over to the Rampant Roach early, or do we think he's more of a stroll-in, more midday kind of guy?
Early. He's very much by the books.
All right, excellent. So probably you might be one of the first people to be there then, as the rest of the team slowly meanders in. You get a little bit of a glimpse of what the Rampant Roach life is like as you see various kobolds around. You're pretty early in the day here, so even like the band isn't even playing at this point. You don't even see them on the stage. You can see that there is some different folks kind of milling about, that sort of deal, but overall it seems like kind of regular business. Find yourself at one of the counters here up here by the bar, speaking with Skirtle, the proprietor, for some time, and then eventually the rest of the team all kind of filters on in, and you all find yourself sitting around the bar.
Well, it's good to see everyone again.
Well, Matt, I think we have to head back to the Kobold village.
Well, first of all, Archgale just showing up just tells us a tremendous a lot about you. Always glad to have someone who shows up on time, as Barnaby shows up like 45 minutes later.
I was a little worried when I got here. There was no one else here. Yeah, anyways.
A few of us are not exactly morning people. Just keep in mind that the last guy who joined us, well, he was in a box, so just keep that perspective.
Yeah, I guess we should fill you in on what we're actually doing. So, we got hired to hire this one, Skirtle's, like, nephew. And, apparently people are disappearing, and then we kind of found out that, the kobolds are being blamed, and now we're investigating that, so, but also there's ghouls under the city.
Wow, that's quite bizarre. What a story and tale. This would definitely get in the way of progress.
Yeah.
But I have heard things. People missing. People come into the church praying for their lost ones, and I could not put anything to it.
ghouls are can be very bad too. My people that started off with 1 or 2 ghouls we bumped into didn't think much of it. We dispatched them easily, but then there's more and more, dozens, hundreds, and now it's a full-blown war. If the same thing happens here, the city will be razed. There's a problem down there. We have to make sure that it's not growing, not war levels.
Well, I'm glad I chose this group then. It seems that I would help perfectly.
You know, you mentioned people praying. Anyone praying for Rosalind, a particular blacksmith's daughter?
Well, lots of people come and go. I can only help where I can. I mean, I don't even know any of your names.
Oh gosh, I'm a guide. I get up early. I just decided not to get here early.
I'm Zach. I can do magic.
Glory.
And I'm Vigo. Nice to meet you. There you go.
I find Glory's a man of few words, but he lets his blade do the talking. Call me Braddock. I tend to be pretty sneaky and haven't found a lock I can't pick yet.
Yeah, so Glory gets real angry sometimes, so stay out of the way when that happens.
Well, I can do that. But as you could tell, you guys pretty much sum up what my daily life is like. Show up, drop off a dead body, people show up and pray. I must say, you don't really catch a lot of names, so I'm sure there was a Rosalind at some point.
Well, that's a specific person that we're working to try to find. Hey, that reminds me. Did you find anything in that pile of bones? Maybe we could find trinkets that would, be familiar to the blacksmith. Hey, that's my daughter's bracelet or something. Is there anything in there?
Answer for Adam. I think it was mostly just trash that we found in there, right? We didn't find anything super useful.
Actually, it was Zach that searched the place. He did find some things, but I guess you could group it as sort of mundane things.
Yeah, and I think we gave the pendant to the Kobold King to see if they knew anything about it, but
Well, what? Maybe I'm doing this too much, Adam. But if there's evidence of Rosalind's, things, it would help bring the rest to the blacksmith that, at least she's been killed or whatever.
I would say in the pile of corpses and bones and offal, you didn't find anything that you specifically pinned as belonging to Rosalind.
All right, I think we got to get back to that room that we unlocked. Why else would you trap and lock a room if there wasn't massive treasure in there? It's got to be something valuable. We should go there first, then we can continue on the quest. It'll be worth our time.
Yeah, and I should point something out. If we're trying to, show how our Kobold friend is not guilty, we probably should try to bring somebody back alive so that they could be questioned.
Surely not a ghoul. If we catch
could
him
be
with
a
the
danger. Do we have
Yeah,
means
not
to,
the ghouls. Yeah, I'm talking about one of the living enemies that we've seen down there.
do we have a means to restrain somebody like that? I have some rope, but manticles or some chain or something.
just rope, but we can tie a pretty good knot.
Yeah, they don't have to come up willingly, right? I mean, we can just drag them. As I look at, our barbarian friend.
Okay, so back down there.
Yeah.
I think so.
before somebody else realizes we disarmed that trap and gets the treasure before us.
Hey Archie, you gonna eat those eggs?
Well, I was, but do you need
Well,
them?
I pop one in my mouth. Let's go. Come on, FNG. Let's do some wet work.
Onwards and upwards.
All right, so it sounds like you guys want to make your way back through the cartways and into the catacombs.
Yep, I'll try to use my map to find that door that Braddock cleverly discovered and unlocked.
Can you remind us, did we make any like promises to the Kobold King before we left? I forget exactly like what we agreed with.
As far as the whole reason what you're doing, or more specific?
No, like when we came back and we had, Shai was dead, and then like the next steps, basically.
Yeah, so what he said is he's hoping that you guys find Rosalind and you're able to rescue her, because that clearly would be able to prove that Brick is not the one that was responsible for her kidnapping in the first place. And if you can't find her because something bad has happened to her, that you can find evidence proving that, again, it wasn't Brick that was involved.
Gotcha. Okay, so going right down there would be basically continuing that path. All right, thanks.
Yeah, and the big hint was Coral told us it was that man that we saw close the door behind him. So it did confirm Coral's. Remember, he saw someone at the window of Rosalind, followed him down to the cartways, and that's the guy that we saw open the door and close the door.
Sounds good.
All right, well, let's see. Gesh, go ahead and give me a map skill check. All right, you are able to follow your map. It takes you a little bit longer. There's a couple places where maybe your notes aren't perfect and maybe your lines are a little bit off, so you kind of have to do a slight backtrack and so forth. The cartways are a little bit odd as you're moving through them. There's some weird spots to them. But you do eventually make your way back to the catacombs, travel through the area that you've already been, not noticing anything particularly different, before you find yourself before that same door that Braddock previously opened. And Braddock probably somewhat giddily steps up close to the door.
He will first check to see if he had any sign of somebody else having been there, and then check to see if the trap has been reset.
Sure, give me a survival check as you look around this area, see if there's any recent signs of like footprints or anything along those lines. Nothing that sticks out to you here, Braddock. There doesn't look like there was much foot traffic, if any, in this area. Best you can tell based on like the dust patterns and so forth.
And I feel pretty sure about that, actually. So he will step up and try the door, see if it's locked.
Feel free to click it and see if it opens for you.
Just as we left it. 4 coffins. Pretty safe to say that something in there could come out. Anybody see any other inscriptions?
Oh, good idea. What's on the archway?
You briefly scan the archway, seeing if anything sticks out, any writing like you previously saw, but you do not see any.
Glory, you want to go first?
Yeah.
Also, just for like mentioning it, I have the lantern of revealing now, so I'll put some oil in it and I'll be using that. I think it's the same light distance as the light spell, so I'll just keep the light spell on me for the mechanics of that.
Also, I
it's
tried
actually, sorry, just real quick, it's actually a little bit brighter than the light spell, but I think we have a lantern one, so let me do that for you real quick.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
who has that again?
Sounds
Who
like
has the
Zach
lantern?
just said he did.
Zach. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it on me, and I'll put some oil in it because I have oil on me, and that lasts for 6 hours.
Okay, so this is essentially the same as a hooded lantern, so I'm going to go ahead and give you hooded lantern.
Okay.
And then just to make it easy on folks, I'm going to remove your little light indicator. And I don't think I have any that look like a lantern, but I'll find something here that's reasonably appropriate.
Okay. And is there a macro that will be, because like I know I can like hood and like put down the hood to dim it and stuff like that, but
I don't have one right now, but I can certainly set one up for you in the future.
okay, yeah, that's fine. I was just making sure so that like the amount of like distance that I can see is all set up correctly.
Yeah, so on my side, I have like a button that I can click and click Hooded Lantern. It will set you to exactly those specifications. I just don't have it set up where players can do it, unfortunately. So for now, I'll go ahead and take care of that for you. But yeah, I'll try to set one up for you guys directly.
Okay, cool, thanks.
And Adam, I just tried to click the macro for the light spell, and it did not seem to work.
Did you have your token selected?
Oh, thank you, Adam.
No problem. That's usually the culprit in most of those. No worries. All right, Glory.
Entering the room.
Yep, I think I gave you guys this a description before, but because it's been a while, let me go ahead and give this to you again. 4 stone sarcophagi decorate the 4 corners of the room. 2 iron sconces bearing dusty torches hang upon each wall at regular intervals.
Same as the other room. No statue though.
All right, as you're pushing into here, and what is bound to be good sign of fortune for you guys, literally every person besides Zach somehow got a 17 or higher on the perception check. So all of you are able to pretty quickly notice that there is a secret door on the wall right here.
Not very secret. I saw it from way back here.
Yeah, me too.
Braddock, check that out.
I'm on it. Just inspect the door to see if I can figure out how it operates and if it's trapped.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and throw me an investigation check.
There was a whole bunch of 20s rolled last week, so this week here, look, we're already starting a whole bunch of 17s and above.
There are no traps on this door that you can find, Braddock, and it looks pretty easily like you just put your fingers on the side, wedge them in there, and slide it open.
Should we loot these coffins before we go through?
It's been lucrative.
Oh,
As-
plus
desecrating
I-
the dead?
And I don't want to.
They're evil. Hey, just so you know, Archie, they come out and kill us. So we're just protecting ourselves.
Yeah, we're not desecrating
Some of the
anything.
ghouls. I
Right.
see.
Right.
We're just helping the living.
Well, all for progress, I suppose.
I suppose it's worth a check. And Braddock will open up this sarcophagus in the lower right.
I will help you.
All right. Opening the sarcophagus takes a little bit of effort and elbow grease, as it seems like it's kind of stuck, but eventually you manage to wedge it open here. Other than bones and rotting shrouds, there doesn't seem to be too much of interest, but in that specific sarcophagus, you notice that the skeleton has a rose quartz ring on its finger.
That could be worth a couple of coins. Or it'll activate the spell that was cast on the ring.
Both are good options.
Hardly seems like the treasure's here, though. You can try a sarcophagus.
I'd take it.
You take it?
I'd take it. Want me to grab it?
Yeah. No, I got it. Braddock
Okay.
will shoot his hand in there and try to slip it off the finger of the corpse.
And I've got my sword ready to take care of business. Actually, Adam, seeing that it's a skeleton and everything, I'll change that into a one-handed quarterstaff.
Okay.
So he took the ring. Is that anything happened? We're wincing.
No, other than looking at you each other wince, the ring slides off the bony finger.
All right, let's get these other ones.
All right, so it sounds like you guys want to open each of the sarcophagus, see if anything else is inside.
Truth.
All right, you spend about 10 minutes wedging these open, doing some thorough searching inside. Unfortunately, nothing else of value is found here, just bones and rotting shrouds.
The real treasure
Alright.
is behind this door. I can feel it.
All right, let's go.
Hey, Adam, I'm having the same thing. I can see through that door right now.
Like, see the full room?
I don't know if it's the full room, but I can definitely see more than I should with the door being closed. I don't know if anyone else can see that as well.
No,
I don't see anything.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe it's
try
just-
refreshing. It could just be like bugs, unfortunately. This is still kind of new as far as Roll20 is concerned. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. If you haven't refreshed already, Bill, do me a favor and just take a screenshot of your screen and then just send that to me. Because last time I tried to report this, of course, they're always like, well, what exactly do you mean? I'm like, well, I can't tell you because I don't see it.
Yeah, when you have 3 monitors, how do you change? Anyone know how you could screenshot just the center?
I think it's Control Shift S, and then that gives you like a draw tool.
I always just use the snipping tool as well.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I was going
I
to
could
say
do
that too. Snipping tool is usually the easiest. But just use your best judgment, Bill, and try not to use any knowledge you're not supposed to see because of
Yeah,
technical
of
errors.
course.
Well, and Braddock will make this easier. He'll try to open the secret door.
The secret door opens. Inside, you are going to notice that there is a modest collection of old-looking books and scrolls stacked high on a rotted wooden desk.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close that door for just a second. I didn't take a snapshot of it yet, if that's okay.
Oh, sorry. It's probably ruined for you now because it's.
Yeah, I'll take a picture in a moment then.
Yeah,
If I again, I'll refresh and see if it happens again. So
yeah, because if you could see through it before, like now that the door was closed, it should show in that like gold kind of tint. But if it doesn't, like if it still shows to you in like normal lighting, that screenshot will still help because you shouldn't be able to see through the door. Obviously.
yeah, but the only thing I and I don't want to take up much of the game time, but what I couldn't see was most of this square. I could see all the other squares.
That is so strange. Yeah, I can't
And-
explain that one at all.
Yeah, I mean I could see most of it anyway, right? You know, so
Yeah, if you notice any of that in the future, Bill, just try to snip it real quick if you can and send it to me.
will do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a full relog on
Okay,
Roll20.
sounds good.
Paper, scrolls. That's not treasure. What
Could
going
be
on?
could be exactly what we need. Could be evidence.
I wanted gold. Brack just starts walking in and kind of looking around disbelievingly.
I will try to look through the desk and see if there's anything of note.
Give me an investigation check here, Zach. Yes. So that is success. You're going to locate a spell scroll and also a strange looking bookmark. The bookmark has some like weird writing on it. It's kind of stylized. It certainly sticks out.
Okay. I'll take a look at both. Can I tell what the spell scroll is?
It is written in magical language, so I'm going to say no, but feel free to make an Arcana check.
Okay.
This is a spell scroll of false life.
What is it, Zach? Is it valuable? Is it really valuable?
It could be. It's a scroll of false life. It basically makes it's health, temporary health.
But what's it worth? Man, I thought we were gonna be rich.
I mean, it could be. Can I take a look at the page? Like the bookmark was on a page in the notes, right?
It was, but you're noticing that these books are worm eaten, so many of the pages kind of just disintegrate before your hands, and the bookmark itself does not. It seems like it holds up and it's of good quality.
Okay. Is there like a language on it that I can identify, or no?
There is no language, it just has like some strange symbols and things.
Okay, I'll just hold on to it for now. Or actually, can I? I mean, I guess I can do Arcana and see if I can
Sure,
understand
yeah.
what it is.
Yep, you could do that. Unfortunately, no, you're not familiar with this one.
Okay, well, I'll hold on to it for now. This could be valuable.
Well, it wasn't the win we were hoping for, but maybe there's some value there. At least no one got hurt, right?
Yeah, we're making progress.
I guess we go find where that beast was and see if we can continue to follow the trail that our masked friend took.
Well, there's another door we didn't open to the left.
It's true. We're here. Might as
Yeah.
well.
Might as well clear that area. That's what I think. Come on, Vigo.
2 more doors, in fact. All right, standard as Braddock approaches this door, you do the same thing. He'll first check for any obvious traps or inscriptions, ruins.
Sure, investigation check. Nothing that you find.
And he'll then attempt to open the door.
Feel free to click it.
Locked. Well, let's see if I can do it again. So he'll attempt to pick it.
All right, yes, go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check as you attempt to do so.
Oh no.
This lock does not want to give, Brad.
Hey, Archkill, remember I said I couldn't find a lock I couldn't pick? I might have just found it.
Can we just break the door down?
We? Maybe. Me? No. The other door might have an alternate way around, though. Maybe we should try that first.
What does the door look like, Adam?
It is a stone door.
That looks like it could hurt. Can we repeat the process on this door? Do a first check for any traps?
Hey,
Sure
Vigo,
thing.
your people are good with stone. Can you see if there's any compartments or traps or ways to open that door?
I don't think that mechanic works anymore. All I get is tremor sense as a dwarf, right? I don't think I get like stone, not cunning, or anymore.
Braddock, you don't find any traps on that door to your west.
All right, I'll attempt to open that one.
It opens, revealing a caved-in passageway about 15 feet to your west.
Looks like a dead end this way.
Well, maybe there's another path through.
Yeah, he'll just check this south wall, see if there's been lots of secret doors, and so see if. Oh, I can't seem to click for some reason though. Actually, I guess this isn't the south wall. Which way is north to the?
Always check your northeast corner on the map to see which way is north. On this one, it's just cardinal directions. Up is north.
What is cardinal? Okay, so let's check the south wall there.
Sure, yeah, you're just kind of glancing at it, seeing if anything sticks out or looks out of the ordinary. It does not.
Well, so far I haven't seen any ghouls.
Yeah, that's the bonus. Unless Glory, you want to try shoulder that door, I think we have to leave that room alone.
It's a stone door. I don't know if I can do much with that.
Maybe with some help. Can someone help you shoulder it?
We got a
Yes.
crowbar or something?
I can help you. And I'll pat Glory on the back and cast what's this I'm looking for? The thing. The guidance. That's what I'm looking for. With athletics.
I'll try to shoulder this door open. See if I can budge it.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
And you get D4 with it.
You throw your shoulder against this door, Glory, and it doesn't even budge.
Those rocks.
What of-
Did anyone check to see, what may have caused those rocks to fall like that?
I can
Well,
look.
I'm gonna look in, Adam. I'm gonna see. Is that natural or is it caved in some other way?
Ooh, give me I'm gonna call this an insight check. You know, you're not sure.
When I looked up, is there like a chance for an exit?
No, it is completely sealed.
Okay.
Maybe there's another passage or way in. We might have missed the door.
Seems to
I'll
be a lot
take a
of
look at
hidden
like
rooms there.
kind of where I'm standing, see if there's any secret passages along this wall.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and throw an investigation check as you're searching around. None that you see.
Maybe in that secret room that we found, there may be an exit in there too.
It's worth a try. So head back to the sarcophagus room, and then check this west wall. We'll do a thorough search for latches or openings or suspicious looking cracks.
Sure, investigation check. You do indeed find another secret door on the west wall there.
Zach, you're a wise man. Or
Yeah.
thing.
I've read
Cloud?
plenty of stories about this, so there's always secret doors.
Braddock will attempt to open that one.
Feel free to click it.
Long corridor. Sneaky or yeah.
I mean, we've been pretty loud. They probably already know we're here.
Yeah. Glory, you better take point for this one.
Hey guys, can you stop right there?
Uh-oh, I'm guessing you can see through the wall again? He's probably carefully snipping right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
he's
take-
concentrating.
Well, it's having the alt button, right?
Yeah.
So
I wonder if it's related to your token.
I think it's just extra powers I have.
I
Just
saw-
being
I saw part of the room.
I think being a gnome just adds extra goodies.
You're,
When in doubt, I
shorter,
always
you're-
blame Roll20.
It's the eye line. It's lower, so you're seeing through things that we can't. It's like seeing under the table.
Exactly.
There's mail slots everywhere.
Yeah, well, there's a Vorpal sword of instant killing in the other room, so. Sorry, just a comment I make every session. I mean, every campaign.
No, you're right the first time. It's about every session.
All right, those Those screenshots are very helpful. I can definitely use those to submit a case with Roll20.
All right, sorry guys. Thanks. I meant to tell you good to go. So
What are we at, Glory? Is that a dead end again?
Oh, sorry, guys. As you approach the end of the wall here, it becomes pretty apparent that there is a secret door here as well, which was much more obvious from this side now that you're closer. So I'll go ahead and reveal that to you.
I'll try to open it.
The door opens. All right, as you're just kind of glancing in the room there a little bit, I'll give you a little bit of a description here. A bronze effigy on the southern wall depicts a cloaked humanoid figure with hands raised in arcane gesticulation. The lifeless statue gestures towards 4 stone sarcophagi that decorate the 4 corners of the room. 2 iron sconces bearing dusty torches hang upon each wall at regular intervals.
This seems like a trap.
Adam, I'd like to look above this hidden door that we found here. Is there any engraving or anything like that I could see?
There is not.
Yeah, it says hidden door below.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if now that it was open, now there's a big old neon sign that
That's true.
says.
What about where we came from? Did we read where we came from?
There's another secret door. Is there anything above this door, Adam?
The one that Braddock couldn't open.
Oh. That's a good idea. I'll be back. Vigo, come with me.
And what if he says no?
Can't say no. Come over here. What's written above the door, Adam?
You see nothing
Come on.
written above the door.
Ah. Bang.
Perhaps we can figure something out from this statue. It may want us to do something.
I suspect there's another door behind that statue too.
Possibly.
I think we should go, Glory. Let's do it. Since nothing has burst out to try to kill us, Braddock will make for the south wall and begin inspecting behind the statue.
Sure, investigation check. Nothing that you see out of the ordinary, Braddock.
Inspecting the statue, does it appear that it is a religious icon?
Give me a religion check. You can tell that this statue depicts an artist's interpretation of Charon, the god of death and guardian of souls.
This is Charon. You guys ever hear of that? Death god, lost souls, etc., etc.
No.
Ah, well, the artist did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
Seems so tough for a god of death. Seen worse.
I will cast elementalism to light the 2 torches in the room.
All right, they light up.
Well, should we see if there's anything useful in these sarcophagi?
I'd be on guard. Guardian of souls.
Ah, very wise, very wise.
Hey, Gesh, you just gonna hang out in the hallway there?
It's crowded.
Hmm.
You want me to open a sarcophagus?
No, all good. Just seemed like you were hanging back a bit.
Do we want to check behind the statue just because it seems to be a working theory?
Already did. Couldn't find anything. Feel free to look yourself, though.
I also have that shrunken head, so I'll take that out. Hey, you got anything to say about this?
And it speaks in Dwarvish, and you just hear muttered blah blah blah.
Hey, Zach, you got a lantern of revealing. What does it reveal?
I don't know. I'll just wave it around. I don't see anything. It reveals hidden stuff, like invisible things.
Does it have a button to activate or anything?
I think it's just the light. I think it's just magical.
Was cool.
Hey, Glory, can you open that door from this side?
Say,
Yes, you can. You basically just switch the lock, lever to up, so I'll mark it as unlocked, and you're free to open it.
There, we have another exit. Makes you feel a bit better.
Yeah.
I'll kind of come over to the backside here and hold the lantern behind this thing and see if maybe there's something that we missed, any like invisible buttons or anything of that nature.
Nothing that you see.
Okay.
Well, the last sarcophagus. The last thing we opened didn't have anything bad in it, and we got an okay-looking ring. It's been a bit of a bust of a day. We got to find something. Braddock will get his crowbar out and start trying to work on this.
I think you're
sarcophagus.
gonna find something really bad.
So you're trying to pop open that sarcophagus?
Yeah.
All right. The moment you pop open that sarcophagus, let me make sure this is linger. There we go. All right. So anybody that is in one of those squares, I will need you to throw me a dexterity saving throw. So the moment the sarcophagus is opened, from the statue emits this aura of necrotic energy. Strength saving throws auto fail.
Oops.
All right, I think I just heard 5 rolls. I see 5 people. All right, the DC for this was 13. If you got under 13, you're going to take full damage. If you got over 13, you will take half. So 12 necrotic damage if you failed the check, 6 if you succeeded.
Ow.
I told you.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Is the lid at least open?
Yes, you have indeed opened the lid. You see some bones and rotting shrouds.
Maybe we should get out of the way if we want to do that again.
I don't know if we want to do that again. There's nothing in there.
I mean, I feel like there's got to be something in this room, right?
Yeah. Vigo will open the one on the top right, Adam.
Good God, give us a chance.
All right. All right, Vigo manages to open the northeast sarcophagus, but doesn't find anything of interest in it.
What happened? Did he die? Is he dead?
Nah, he seems like he's alive.
Vigo is so brave.
I'm gonna hit this one.
Nothing inside there either. However, while searching there, Vigo is able to detect a secret door here just to the southwest.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Hey, scaredy cats, Braddock, get over here.
What? What? Did you find something good? Oh, how did I miss that? Sorry, guys. Sometimes I get a little cold fever, you know?
Yeah.
He will first, again, do his typical trap investigation.
All right, investigation check. You don't find any traps here, Braddock, but you do discover 2 things. One, the door feels just a little bit stuck. Just a little bit. Like, you can feel it gives a little bit, but it's kind of a little bit of a stick there. Secondly, you swear you heard something. It was very, very faint and quiet, but almost like tapping or rattling.
He'll move back to his group. Maybe. There we go. So something weird with the door. It's a bit stuck. Like maybe there's something leaning against it, and I swear there's like a tapping or rattling. I wonder, it reminded me a bit of those skeletons we saw the other day that were really not good. I think we're
Rosalind, we're here to help.
What?
Is this you? Tap if it's Rosalind. It's her. I don't know. Vigo's gonna do his tremor sense. Here we go. Here we go. He's gonna get to oh, Vigo, wrong character sheet. Stone cunning. So it's tremor sense.
Okay. Vigo will be able to determine that there are 16 creatures moving about in that western room.
Well, there you go. We're not just gonna leave it closed, though, are we?
Maybe we should take a quick breather before we go in there.
Sounds like a good plan.
have a bit of strategy.
Yeah, quick rest.
That's an hour.
Does this door push in?
It does,
Or-
yes.
Okay.
Do you want to seal up those doors, Glory, so no one sees us?
Good idea.
Come on, Barnaby. Come on in.
But that statue.
I think it's done its magic. It's just a statue now. He's hiding behind the statue. I said, I think its damage is done.
All right, guys. So your intention here is to try to spend an hour and take a short rest?
Yes.
Alright.
I also have a mechanical question. I don't know if you can do this or not. I think you used to be able to like instead of identify, you can spend like an hour kind of just messing with an item that you think is magic to see if you can learn any properties of it. Can you do that in conjunction with the short rest or no?
I know you can attune to an item, but I don't think you can just identify it by spending a short rest like that. I'd have to double check to see if that changed in 2024, but I don't recall ever using that rule if it was in existence.
Okay, I might be wrong there.
Okay, so you guys spend some time here in this chamber, just sort of relaxing. Your minds go to the fate of Rosalind, what might be happening to her right now as you're, relaxing and lounging, maybe feeling just a little bit guilty, or maybe not. Maybe the guilt's coming from somewhere completely else. Hard to say. But the hour passes. You've completed your short rest. You can go ahead and click your short rest button and recharge and use resources.
Mine didn't roll. Where do I see how many hit die I have?
Should have two.
Yeah, you guys just completed a long rest. I'm sorry, in the early of the day, so you definitely would have your 2. I think it shows on your sheet. Let me see if I can find it.
I thought you said 2 was a house rule.
You guys
Although I've
have
always
2
tried-
hit dice because you guys are level 2.
Oh.
So by regular rules, you have 1 hit die per level.
Okay, there it is. It did roll. I just didn't see it. All right.
Can we save Rosalind now? She's probably
Yep.
dead.
Let's do it. Let's open the door.
Door's locked.
Thief.
All right,
Get over there.
I was double checking this real quick, so it looks like you were correct there, Zach. So in 2024 rules, identifying a magic item, it says identify a spell passed away. Alternatively, you can focus on one magic item during your short rest. While being in physical contact with the item, at the end of the rest, you learn its properties and how to use them, but not any curse the item might bear. Would you like to do that with one of the items that you had?
Yeah, can I do that and also get the temp or the hit die? Because
Yes.
if I can do both, I would do both. Yes, I'll do that with the bookmark then.
All right, this is a bookmark of Eldritch Insight. It's a common magic item. The description is, Cloud's bookmark is inscribed with blurred runes that are hard to decipher. If you use this bookmark, actually I'm going to pop this up to you guys so you can see it while I'm reading it. If you use this bookmark while researching ancient evils such as archdevils or demon lords or otherworldly mysteries such as the void of the great old ones, during a long rest, bookmark crumbles to dust and grants you its knowledge. You double your proficiency bonus on arcana, history, and religion checks to recall lore about the subject you research for the next 24 hours. If you don't have proficiency in these skills, you instead gain proficiency in them for the next 24 hours, but you are only proficient in recalling information about the subject you research. Oh, that was a lot of words, but there you go.
Awesome.
Hey, Adam, right when I was doing my short rest, my character sheet crashed. So I'm going to take short rest again. I see it rolled once, just one of my rolls there, so the 4. Do you have to hit the dice roll independently, or should you just say take short rest and it should automatically apply it?
I think it's independent, right, guys? Because you don't have to spend your hit dice as a short rest.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, but it did 0 there. So
There should be another. I think when you click short rest, there's like a little thing that says spend X amount of hit die on the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
It gives me a chance to roll this. Oh, just roll this separately? Okay, and the 4 or 6. There's 10. Okay, there it worked. All right,
And then if you check the thing that says apply hit dice or something like that. Oh.
There we go. Yep, that worked. Thank you.
All right, so just remember your hit dice total. It looks to me is the number between. No, I don't think that is it. Let me just see where that's recorded. Actually, I don't see where the spent hit dice are listed. But just remember if you've spent the hit dice or not. If you guys, some of you spent 1 or 2, just so you know how many you have left for any additional short rest for today.
It won't let you take it again, so if you click the short rest button, it shows how many dice you've spent, and you can't get that back until you long rest.
Nice. Okay, good. So that's built-in protection there then. Okay.
Hey, Braddock, why don't you let the FNG pray for you before you go to save Rosalind, because she's in there.
Oh yeah, let me. I'll pat Braddock on the back.
Hold on, why am I going first? Are we trying to be sneaky? I think they.
No, I already yelled for Rosalind. She's in there. We took an hour rest. The door's locked. He's gonna give you some blessing.
Oh, to help you unlock it. Okay, yeah, to unlock it. Okay, yeah. Good call.
Yeah, actually, even though that won't work because we talked about how thieves' tools, but I will still cast guidance on sleight of hand.
Oh, that's right. Thieves' tools, you don't get it. Ugh.
So as a reminder, the door is not locked. It's simply a little bit stuck.
It's not locked. I think we just kick that sucker open. Glory goes in there, guns a blazing.
Oh, well, maybe bless that one.
I will. I will pat Glory on the back and do that with athletics.
Oh. Go for it, Glory.
Are we kicking the
Save
door?
the girl.
Glory is suspiciously quiet. Maybe he's still thinking about poor Rosalind.
Had a little dog emergency there, but okay.
No,
I'm
he's just
try
messing with
to
you.
push this door open.
All right, yeah, no check is necessary. Just go ahead and put yourself next to the door. You basically just give it a good, hit with your shoulder, not even super hard, and sure enough, it flings open. As soon as it does, however, you realize the reason that it was stuck is that it was kind of wedged with the ceiling here. And as you push this open, this part of the ceiling tile breaks free and falls, and you notice a whole lot of very small little scorpions suddenly landing in that square and on you and moving towards you rapidly. I'm going to go ahead and throw us into initiative order. All right. I know we still have 2 alert people, so somebody who's alert, feel free to offer to switch with somebody if you would like.
Do we have 2? I thought one of them was shy. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm still human.
Oh, okay.
And I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good as well.
All right, no switches. We move to Zach then.
All right.
Whoop, let me unlock. I meant to unlock there. I thought they were locked. There we go.
Okay, I'll move down here and I will cast Sorcerer's Blast at the scorpion that I can see.
Okay. That is going to miss.
All right, that'll be my turn.
Okay, Gesh.
Okay. I think Glory's in the spot here. They're falling on him.
Yeah, so think of it, actually, Glory, I'm going to move you to here. So think of it as Glory hits into the door, kind of moves into it a little bit, and then immediately from the ceiling, as this tile breaks, all of these little scorpions are falling down upon him, onto the ground, and his legs, all of that.
Okay, well, I can't do any good unless I pull him into the room. So I'm going to try to grapple him if he's willing. Hey, Glory, you can't solo this. We got to get a chance where we could hit him. I'm going to try to grapple him and move him to the right.
Glory, do you resist being grappled?
No, I'll allow this.
All right, you're able to do so then, Gesh.
Okay, I'm going to pull him into the room here so we can get some melee attacks. I wonder if I can I go here and then move him where I was?
As long as you have enough movement, that would be 10, 20. Yeah, I think, yep, you should be good.
Okay, I'm going to put him there. Okay, and then are any scorpions that I can see now?
Not on him. It seems like when you grab him and pull him back, most of them simply fell off on the ground and they're all kind of scurrying towards you now.
Okay, that was my action. I think bonus actions, I could unarmed strike. Well, yeah, so it was my bonus, no, unarmed strike. Okay, so that, and then my bonus action, nothing in striking range. Well, actually, how many was that? 10, 20? Okay, I can move there.
So
and
just
there.
to clarify though, where did you start? Weren't you like down here? You moved up, grabbed him. So 10 and then 20, 30, right? As you're dragging him back. So that'd be 35 to get to where you are now.
Right, and then 35. That's right. And I'll just go 40 to there. All right. I'll end my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
Oh, let's let them try to come into the room. Maybe that make it a little bit easier. And Adam, I do want to make sure that you saw above. I typed it in chat that I cast Armor of Agathis.
I did see that. Yep.
All right, perfect. I'm going to come here and realizing that we're probably going to go heavy melee in a second, I'm going to go ahead and cast my new favorite cantrip, Blade Ward. That's going to be my action.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll just go ahead and cast that. That'll be my turn.
Hey, Vigo.
All right, 5-10, Starry Wisp on the creature.
That'll certainly hit. Yes, one of the scorpions is immediately vaporized.
Okay, 15, 20, 25 to there, 30.
All right. Scorpion makes its way out to here and is going to try to sting Gash. Ten is going to miss. Next Scorpion is going to stack on top of first Scorpion. These are tiny creatures. It is going to attack Glory. Missing. All right, so let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Whoa, okay. As the 6 more come in, one of them is going to attack Barnaby. 5 of them are going to attack Gesh. So Barnaby, you're first. 20 is going to hit, unless Blade Ward can get you above that.
Yeah, Blade Ward, I could get above that. Let me see what I roll. And I don't.
All right, so it's going to be 1 piercing and 6 poison damage from that sting.
It takes 5 points of damage from Armor of Agathis.
All right, that will destroy that Scorpion. All right, and I'm going to move the rest of these guys up. All right, and here comes 5 attacks against Gesh. Gesh's AC is 15. We've got 5 misses. All right, we move to Glory.
All right. I'm going to rage. Scorpions make me mad. All right, then I'm going to attack one of the scorpions in front of me with my halberd.
Okay. Yes, you slash downwards, killing one.
And how would cleave work?
Let me throw that up. Yeah, I should be able to use cleave.
Okay, yep, go ahead and click your cleave button. I think that requires a new attack, right? And just does less damage.
Yes.
That will miss.
That ends my turn.
All right, we've got 2 more scorpions coming in. All right, we've got 1 attacking Barnaby and 1 attacking Glory. So Barnaby, then Glory, both of those will miss. Okay, Archgale.
I'll cast Sacred Flame on one of the scorpions.
Okay.
It will need a dex save.
Dex saving throw. 14.
That matches, which I think means it passes.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. I will end my turn.
All right, that guy got moved up prematurely, so I'm going to move 1 from behind. He is going to move up. And he's going to attack Gash. 17, that will hit Gash. Be 1 piercing and 2 poison. Braddock.
A question. reading the oil description, it says you can, as a utility action, you can douse a 5-foot square, and then as a bonus action, light it. I'm assuming that's out of combat though, right? Where you'd spread the oil and then light it.
Let me double check. I know on the sheets that says like use oil. Let me just quick double check. So when you take the attack action, you can replace one of your attacks with throw an oil flask. So you're saying you want to use the dousing of space. You're wondering how that works?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you take the utilize action, and that would pour it on the ground. It says if lit, which means somebody else or you on the following turn would have to light it. It then burns until the end of the round, 2 rounds from when the oil was lit.
And and then I see for my tinder box, it's a bonus action to light a candle or similar. So could I use the utilize for the oil to spread it, and then bonus action to light it?
What is in your hands right now?
Well, he actually hasn't grabbed anything yet for his first round, right? So I guess that would be one thing, is he'd have to grab. So maybe fish out the oil. I'm totally good if I can do the oil and then somebody else lights it.
So what I would assume is typically you don't walk around with your hands empty when you're in like a dangerous area, right? You probably typically have your weapons in hand, right? So in this instance, I would say you have your weapons in hand. So trying to like shuffle those, grab oil, douse it, shuffle the tinderbox, bonus it would probably be too much for one turn. So yeah, I would say you can certainly do the oil though.
That sounds fair. So yeah, he'll holster his crossbow, reach into his pack, grab the oil, and probably just would smash the jar in that square that has all the scorpions in it to distribute the oil.
Okay, fair enough. So I think that say you had to be within 5 feet. You might have to bounce.
Within 5 feet of yourself.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless you do the throw, I know there was a throw option as well, but it doesn't look like that's only on a target, one creature or object. So yeah, you can't do a space on a throw.
Not for a cover. But I can move through. Well, I guess in the sarcophagi are in the way. Oh, that's not going to work so well.
You can step on one of those sarcophagi spaces if you want.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll do. Oops. 5, 10 to here. And then put the oil where all the scorpions are.
Okay.
Make sure you get out of the way. Oh, you already used your bonus action?
I have not, but I think it's probably the same situation, right? Can I use the cunning action to disengage, or is that just too much?
No, you can do that.
Okay. So I'll use my bonus action then to disengage. And go 15, 20, 25. And I'm mature.
All right, we've got 5 more scorpions coming out the way. All right, we've got 3 attacks on Gash and then 1 on the other 2. All right, so I'm actually going to knock off that last attack. I think I accidentally moved 1, so we're going to call this 2 attacks on Gash and then 1 on the other 2. So Gash, here comes your 2 attacks. Those are going to miss. Here comes Barnaby. And then Glory. All right, I think, let's see, checking ACs. Glory's at 16, so those are all going to miss.
Yeah, I equipped the breastplate after last round.
Oh, nice. That just saved you a hit right there. All right, we move to the top of the second round with Zach.
I can't target the space, right, with a targeted spell attack.
If the spell says you can, which one are you thinking of?
Sorcerer's Burst, sorry, because it can be fire. I would target the actual space for the oil.
Yeah, I would let you do that. So yeah, 13. All right, so you hit the oil, which is going to light that square on fire. Let me just see if that damage was immediate or not. That enters the area or ends its turn there. Okay, so basically each time they will get a turn, and then if they stay there, they get the 5 fire damage. Okay, space is on fire.
Okay. And yes, that will be my turn.
Okay, Gesh.
Bonus action, disengage. Move there. Action, breath weapon as a line. Need a dex 12.
Does this do half damage on a fail? Or on a success?
No. Wait. Says failed save, the creature takes 110 damage. Successful save, the creature takes half.
Yeah,
Yes.
so just roll me a d10, please. Okay, so that's low enough where the minimum you could do is 1. So let me just do a quick check. All right, so you're automatically going to kill several. Now I'm going to put, there's one who's got 3 HP, and there are 3 that have 2 HP. So here comes 4 saving throws. I'll start with the high HP and then go down. And this was dex saving throw. Okay. So here comes 4 saves. All right, so 1 manages to survive. The others are killed.
Nice.
All right. Then end my turn.
Hey, Barnaby.
I'm going to smack with my quarterstaff. I'm going to steal the kill.
You miss.
All right, end my turn.
All right, Vigo.
And he's going to Starry Wisp.
And that one will be destroyed as well. All right, folks, that is all the little scorpions slain. We are out of combat.
Rosalind, where are you? The room empty, Adam?
It is not totally empty. You do notice after pushing past this area and spotting that loose tile in the ceiling, in the back of the room, there looks to be some chests.
I need someone who could search. There's a chest in there. I'm not a good searcher.
Wooden treasure chests, in fact, when you glance at them.
Hey, Brad, go!
I feel like this is another trick from the Guardian.
Hey, Priestman, help me out with this.
Me?
Yeah, I need
Yes.
some prayers from your gods.
I like how this group is so devout. Everybody's like, give me that blessing.
Do you have what do you think would help you the best?
I'm looking to investigate some stuff.
Oh, okay. I will pat him on the back and bless him for investigation, and then walk away.
All right, you are guided for investigation. Investigation check, Zach. And I assume you're searching for traps here, right?
Yes.
You find no traps, and furthermore, I would say by looking at the chests fairly intently, you can tell that all of them are unlocked because they don't even have locks.
Okay. Well, that's done. I'll try to open them up, see what we got.
And when
Beetle
they
eggs. Woo.
They started treasure chest in here. Braddock was in such a hurry, he just basically leapt right over Barnaby. Just clear hurry to get in there.
All right, well, in that case, Braddock, I imagine you begin to salivate as Zach opens these chests one after the other, and you notice silver ingots inside, stacks and stacks and stacks of them, all seem to be minted with the relief of a boar's head on both faces.
Would we know what that means?
Feel free to give me a history check here and see if you do.
It means we're rich. Finally, I knew it.
Yes, this is the symbol of the barony of Dorash. So as a reminder, history in this world, Dorash was taken over some time ago and brought into the Blood Kingdom. But before that, it was the Human Kingdom, and these are the stamp of that Human Kingdom of Dorash.
Oh man, this could be worth a lot. We should absolutely take these.
Surely they're heavy.
So?
Yeah, like I'm assuming we can't like just pick this up and put this in our packs. Like we'd have to drag them with us in some fashion to be able to leave with this, right?
Well, unfortunately, the module does not give an exact weight, but using my best judgment on how many ingots there are here, which is 100 per chest, and the average weight of an ingot on an estimation, I'm going to say it'd be very difficult to carry these easily.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe just take one or two. We'll come back later.
Maybe we can bring a cart down here.
Yeah, there's got to be a cart in the cartway, and I marked it on the map. But we should carry it out for sure.
I think we should always take some, just in case somebody comes back for them, and I wouldn't leave them all there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will try to stuff like as many as I can reasonably in my backpack.
Okay, so I'm going to do an estimation here. Just trying to see if I can find any quick support.
Adam didn't think we could get past the scorpions.
No, I did, but I wasn't thinking the weight would be too much of an issue at the moment. Okay, so yes, I've got a troy ounces, which they love to do funny measurements here. Let me just do a quick conversion. Oh boy, okay, these are heavier than I thought. So each of these ingots is going to weigh, and I'm even going to reduce this and make it a little bit more reasonable, 20 pounds.
Okay. So because I'm a giant, I can carry like twice, or Goliath, twice my carrying capacity. So I can carry like 150 pounds worth of this, like that I don't have accounted for.
So that's like 7 ingots.
Okay.
There are 300 ingots here.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll grab. Let's say I'll grab 5 of them, so I have a little bit of extra wiggle room, if that is reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So just add 5 ingots and call that 100 pounds on your sheet, and that should automatically calculate for you. But yeah, it should work.
It's strength times 15.
Yes, I believe so. Yep. Obviously, if you go over the limit, that little warning on the sheet should pop up for you.
I'm not seeing the ingot showing up in the compendium.
It probably won't, because remember, this is a module. This is a third-party module, so this isn't like a standard item from the PHB.
Gotcha. Okay. So you said, sorry, how many pounds each? 15?
20 pounds per ingot.
Okay, gotcha.
I could take 6.
Adam, what are they marked with?
They are marked with a relief of a boar's head on both sides.
All right, Adam, I just added 2 of them for 40 pounds total to my character sheet.
All right, so I'm just going to do a quick calculation and make sure I don't miss anything.